Alright, so here's today. We are back over here on Kaiju number 8, the game. We have some new information over here, which, I don't know, take this how you will. This might be good, this might be bad. It's up to you. I really can't say if it's good or bad or not, because it's like, I don't like some of the news, but some of it's good. Yeah, today we're going to jump into it. New to the channel, like and subscribe, helps out a ton. Let's get straight into things here. Please be aware, we are doing a giveaway if you want to enter in to get some gift cards to start off the game in a proper way. Just comment down below Kaiju and be subscribed. If you are, you're pretty much entered in. So again, hit that subscribe button and comment down below Kaiju. That's all I got to do, and we'll be picking winners as global launch comes through. So let's jump into things here today and let's have fun. Kaiju number 8 launches pretty much tonight, right? We have only a little bit of time left till it goes live. But I wanted to mention a few things. Pre-download is officially started. Please be aware and go get that done. It's officially now there where you can pre-download. I'm like, okay, pre-download's there. Great, great, great. App Store has the ability. They have the ability. Okay. Where's PC? Where's the PC version? It looks like we have a confirmation on that, which is, ouch. Over here, game release celebration special tie-up video streaming confirmed. Starting September 1st, Monday, to celebrate the release of Kaiju number 8, the game, a special video will be streamed on a popular YouTube channel. On which channel will be streamed on, look forward to the broadcast on the day. Pretty much, apparently, they're going to be doing, like, these release streams for from different channels. VTubers or something like that probably is what they're going to go for. And they're pretty much going to give away stuff. Apparently, this is going to be a campaign event also held, so I think one gift code a day maybe, or one gift code in total after all streams go through, something like that. But they are announcing, again, their hype up to build sort of things, right? Like that, you know what I mean? So marketing is there. Let's just hope the game does well. I know there's a lot of negativity about this game because of Tribe 9 and the previous things that these devs did, but they did Dokkan, so you can't say much. They did Dokkan, right? Dokkan is still like a big hitter. Tribe 9, not so much. Not so much. Over here, though, web store is opening soon, so they did confirm web store is there. It looks like the web store will pretty much give you a better value at purchasing. If you are interested in spending some money in this game, I highly recommend to do so through web store if they give the discount as they promised to do so. Remember, on Apple and iOS, pretty much on Apple and Android, pretty much you get like no discount, but if you do it on web store, most games give 10 to 20% discounts, depends on the game itself. For example, some games give coupons to help even it out. Some games give you cash back. Some games give you different things. So depending on how you're spending and everything associated, they have a web store, which if you're like a whale or a light spender, it's still built up to something both ways, right? It's not like I'm not going to get anything. You're going to get something. You're going to get something, right? It's pretty good. So if you are planning on spending and you want to, this is what you should do so with. Cool. Okay, next up. Over here, pre-registrations have exceeded 1.6 million. They just continuously get more pre-registrations. Remember, this game isn't so hot on global just yet, but on JP, it's blowing up. So if you're going to say, like, the game's ending servicing, nobody cares because JP doesn't care. And if JP doesn't care, nobody cares, right? JP is most likely where most of the money's coming from. Let's be real here. If you look at games of this sort, JP eats very well. Before JGK fell off, it was making like 20 to 40 million a month. And you have to realize 1 month of that is enough to keep it in service for like 10 years. Let's be real here, right? 10 years. Did I say 10 years? Okay, that's a bit of a stretch. Maybe like 3 years. We'll do that. That's a better idea. 10 years is rough, no way. But yeah, in this case over here, JP's eating well. They love this. And there's no end of service scare for them because, yeah, they're going to spend. They're going to really spend. And if you want, in comparison, Tribe 9 wasn't as big of an IP, 100% of what Kaiju number 8 is. So that's the difference. If you're wondering about the required space and everything associated, you're going to need 5 GB or more. Initial download size is approximately 190 MB when installing from the App Store. Here's the memory and everything else associated. If you have phones that are old, GG's, champ, get a new one. That's pretty much how gachas are going nowadays. They are getting very tight when it comes to the entire aspect of running on phones and such. So, for example, I think recently was something end of service on PS4. Was that Genshin? Because they can't run on PS4 anymore. It's too old, and the storage space and everything's getting rough for them. And other games are like Grand Cross recently announced that they're moving on from, I think, one of the older iPhones. But as technology improves and games get better, sadly, older phones get kicked off. But that's where it's at there. Next up, there was an interview that went through. This interview confirms pretty large things. First, I'll start off with like the bad news. Get that out of the way. Going to the bottom over here, they do say this. Where is it? Right here. So the iOS and Android version will be released on August 31st, but But when will the Steam version be released? After the smartphone version, we plan to release it in not too distant future. Come on, man. How did they launch Tribe 9 day 1 PC, but they can't launch Kaiju No. 8 when this game has taken how long to dev? How did they not get this on PC day 1? I don't know. But it's gonna suck to have to run this on emulator, especially with how good the game is gonna look on PC. It just sucks that you have to run this on emulator for who knows how long. They say not too distant future, but how long is that? I don't know. Some games this year have like waited about 2 weeks to gauge the server size and everything on PC, on iOS and Android, fix the bugs, then launch on PC so that their Steam review isn't just gutted, right? They do that. So that could be one of the reasons they're trying to fix things and then have a good service launch elsewhere and then not get their Steam page gutted. That could be one of the reasons. Who knows? But, after Tribe 9 had I think they were overwhelmingly negative because of the ratings and such. Maybe they want to fix things and not have that happen. So they're trying to launch elsewhere first, gauge the community, fix things as need be, and then commit to the launch. How long do you plan to implement characters? They plan to add new characters, multiple, every month, especially during the anime broadcast period. I think it will appear more often when viewers feel that the character is hot now. Over here, what are you planning to do after the release? In addition to updating the original story every month. Every month you get a story update. Raids will be implemented as an in-game event. Raids do not currently compete with other players, but simply cooperate with all players to defeat the giant boss. If you defeat the giant boss during the period, it will be over, so you do not need to stick and play. I will try to play it at my own pace as much as possible. So apparently there's a raid content, and everyone in the game will compete against this raid, and you have to, as a server or as a player base, beat the raid and win to get rewards associated. So they're not trying to make PvP mode where it's like, hey, sweat your balls off, get top 1, be a whale, and win. No. They're trying to make more modes where it's cooperative play, saying, hey, sweat your balls off together and win together. So I like that. I mean, I'm down for that. They also do customization elements such as dress-up skins. I'm not thinking about it at the moment. There is no so-called costume change planned, and basically it will be unique for each body, including performance. No costumes. I don't know how I feel about that because, some games use the costume system as a way to gain money so that they don't have to destroy you on gacha. So not having skins, bit of an L, because again, in some cases, some games where they're not a combat advantage, having skins in the game help them get support elsewhere without having to, again, destroy you on the gacha. Just the way that I see it sometimes, but hey, that might be me. It seems that each character wakes up by training what will happen when the final awakening. The parameters will greatly be increased, and passive skills will be enhanced. Of course, you can fight just by using it normally, but by advancing the awakening, the period of active activity will be longer. If you like it, I would like to wake up to the end and use it. I guess that's the translation gets a little bit iffy here and there, but it is said you can choose one of the 5 stars by reaching pre-registration. Are there any recommended characters? They said Monster 8 is the one to go for because he's just like the best when it comes to everything. So if you want to know what they're saying pick Monster 8, which is Kaiju No. 8. That is, again, him over here. So up to you, but that's what they're saying. I don't know for sure how truthful that is, but they're saying that. Is a system where 2 people form a buddy group while forming a 4-person group, and how many buddy combinations are available. There are countless patterns. All characters have a dedicated buddy line. Pretty much, it's like with a character in the anime, if they've interacted, they have buddy lines, and there's only 2 characters. They've confirmed over here there's only 2 characters, but they plan on adding more in the future as more characters release and such. Old characters will have that, but it's a simple section. I don't think you want to spend too much time there. We were strongly particular about making pictures. Are there any points that we're conscious of in order to intensity of battle? Nothing much to talk about there. They do show off some screenshots and such about the mode and everything, and they talk about turn-based, they talk about interactions, but pretty much there's nothing of value beyond this. Yeah, I think that's all this article had to offer. Not much beyond that. Oh, yeah, they said something important, right? So they said in these interviews and such that what is their plan for like the future of the game. If you're wondering like what they wanted to go for, pretty much they want to keep the story going, and that's obviously what they said down there. They also want to keep characters launching, and they will plan OC characters in the future. It's not just a launch thing. They will plan OC characters, but when they do launch an OC character, you might see a like SR character launch with them that is a main character from the anime, somebody who's important and maybe you like them. So if you're not pulling for that OC character, you might pull for that other character associated, right? They also said that moving forward, there will be obviously event content. They already have a roadmap planned. Not that they've released one. They already have one planned, and they've already devved up towards of the next bunch of updates, pretty much. They didn't say a specific date, but they devved a bunch of updates already planned. So there is stuff planned. There is content planned. What I will say is they're famous for saying that there is content planned, and then Tribe 9 happened. So yeah, don't know how good that of an answer is, but from all these dev interviews and everything that I've read, there's a lot of positivity from the game. So I truly hope that, like, as a company, they don't just mess it up. Like, you gotta be brain dead if you mess this up. Like, the amount of hype that people are going into this game and hoping for it to be good, and the already negativity around it, one slight slip up would cost the game everything. So I hope they go in planning like, hey, we didn't make the gacha as predatory as we made Tribe 9's original gacha. Like, again, if you know Tribe 9, when they responded to the drama, they made the greatest gacha system ever, payback events. They made like the rotation and everything so cheap. They made it where, like, if a player wanted to spend, they would actually spend like hundreds into the game because it's so nice to do so. Sadly, again, it was too late after the fact where players have already quit. Doesn't matter. In this game, I truly hope they don't make the mistake of that, but get ready. A lot of confirmations here today. I don't know how I feel about the PC launch not being day one. That sucks, man. That really sucks, but I'm thinking it's because of the overwhelmingly negative reviews of Tribe 9. They want to make the game polished, perfect, and everything. And remember, these, if you want to say dinguses, they didn't go for a closed beta test, so you're the beta test. Hope for the best, all right? Take care, have fun.